Velvet is a weight upon my neck, wrist Madison adjusts the silver clasp. She calls me daughter in a voice like slate, polishing the dust from the heavy mahogany. I sit by the hearth where the pine boughs burn, green needles turning brittle in the heat. They gave me a bed with high linen sheets, white as the frost on the winter wheat. But the keys at her waist make a hollow sound, a rhythm for a child who must not be found. Mr. Madison stands by the portrait frame, watching how the light hits the floorboards. He says the north wing is a cavern of ice, best left alone until the thaw of spring. I see the brass knobs shining like coins, each one a mouth that is bolted shut. The house has a pulse in the wainscot, an eye in the pattern of the damask rose. I find a small shoe in the laundry bin, stained with the rust of a forgotten sin. December arrives with a bitter blue wind, the geese fly south over the frozen creek. I am tracing the grain of the granite sill, waiting for the feast they keep prom ribbons tied to the banister rail, looking like ashes on a porcelain throat. Why does the cellar smell of wet earth? Why does the milk taste of copper and salt? Christmas Eve brings a feast for the ghost. The table is set for a guest who is gone. I hear the bolts slide in the middle of night. The nursery door is finally wide. They lead me down where the candles are black. Jenner, I see, was just a heavy lore. The manor is breathing through my own lungs. The manor is hungry for a fresh young name. I am the holly pinned to the breast, the last little bird in the winter nest. The snow is a shroud. The ice is a glass. The house never sleeps as the long hours pass. The house never sleeps.
Aloha! It's Jason from Hawaii. Welcome to a special edition of the Comics for Fun and Profit podcast. In this episode, I will be interviewing the amazing writer Steve Niles. Steve is here to promote Heartbreak Manor. This is his first crowdfunding campaign via Zoop. Now, the campaign is live, and it should end, I want to say, probably around July 21st or 22nd. Steve, welcome to the Comics for Fun and Profit podcast. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on.
And also, I want to say this, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And then one more thing I also want to throw out there too. I've already told Steve before we did the recording, I've already backed this the Zoop campaign. So, and in a few moments we're going to get into talking about Heartbreak Manor. Steve, I gotta say this, and please forgive me if I make mistakes. If you hear me call it Heartbreak Hotel, forgive me.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake. I can see that.
Or we can just make this into a drinking game,
Yeah.
But again, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to interview. Thank you very much. So,
Oh, of course.
now,
Thank you.
listeners, I'm just going to go over some of Steve's amazing history in the comics industry. Now, one of his his earliest works was he did Richard Matheson's adaptation of I Am Legend for Eclipse Comics. Now, Steve, I'm going to tell you, I know Eclipse Comics. I remember that publisher from the 80s. I believe Sable was my first independent comic I bought while going to high school back then, way back then. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was very young when I did that. I think I was in my early 20s when I did I Am Legend.
Wow. Okay. Also, Steve has worked on the titles for Batman, the Kick-Ass series, Spawn, and of course, listeners, Steve is well known for his 30 Days of Night series with artist Ben Templesmith. Also, too, Steve is also well known for the I believe it's the graphic novels Frankenstein Alive Alive with the amazing artists Bernie Wrightson and Kelly Jones. Um, Steve, I'm going to go over some of your current works through Monstrous Press. Add anything if you want. Like he's done brand new Kolchak stories, such as Kolchak meets Frankenstein, you know, in comic book format. And also he contributed a short story to the prose anthology Creepshow 13 Tales of Terror, right, it's out in stores right now. So yes, so if you guys get a chance to pick it up, I have to pick up my copy because I want to read that. Because,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to throw this out there. Just real briefly, what's your story about? Because I can't wait to read it. I've heard it.
My story, without giving away too much, because I don't want to give it, but it's about someone who, when they were a child, escaped the creeper and escaped the story.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as an adult, he has to answer for escaping.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. And also, I just want to also mention just briefly, Steve has teamed up with Damian Worm for Monsters and Madman, and the October faction. And Damian is the artist um on this campaign for Heartbreak Manor. So, Steve, do you want to add anything else
Well,
listeners should check out?
just I love working with Damien. I've worked with, as you showed people, I've been working with him a lot, through the years. But this one is our first ghost story, and it really, really lends itself to Damien's artwork.
Yes.
It's terrifying but beautiful at the same time.
Yes.
So I hope people will check it out.
Hmm. Okay. Now, before we started the interview, I want to give a shout out to Dustin Holland of Superfan Promotions for, Dustin, thank you very much for all your hard work behind the scenes and setting up this interview. So again, Dustin, thank you very much. Steve, do you want to add anything about Dustin and Superfan Promotions?
Oh, this isn't the first time I've worked with him. I work with him when I work with James for the Monstrous Media.
Oh, okay.
They do all the promotion for James. So I
Yes.
thought, wow, why don't I give it a try, especially on my first crowdfunding.
Hmm.
Um, they David and Dustin have been absolutely fantastic. Just today alone, we got like five more websites. The
Hmm.
awareness they're getting, people are finding out about the campaign and the book. So
Yes.
I, I I'm very thankful to them.
Okay. All right. No, thank you very much for sharing that. Now, listeners, to prepare for this interview, I got some of my information from an article by the Comic Book Yeti website, quote, and the article is titled Pay a Visit to Heartbreak Manor with Steve Niles. Now, the article was written by Andrew Irvin. Now, this was dated on June 9th. So if you guys get a chance, please check out that article. And also, too, some of my information that I got was from John Suntress's Word Balloon podcast. John's a friend of the podcast. He interviewed Steve. The episode is titled Steve Niles, New Frights on the Way. Now, that was released on June 18th. So, listeners, if you get a chance, please check out that fun interview with John and Steve. All right, Steve, let's just jump right into it. Heartbreak Manor. How did you come up with this story?
I'm a big fan of ghost stories
Mm-hmm.
and a big fan of, there's an English tradition of ghost stories for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily involve Christmas, but they tell Christmas stories, or no, I'm sorry, they tell ghost stories at Christmas. Um, I love the setting. There's something isolating about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many ghost stories I could name that are influences. I mean, Christmas Carol
Yes. Mm-hmm.
be, but I wanted to try to tackle it myself. The only other time I ever tried to do a horror or a ghost story was a book I did with Glenn Fabry called Lot 13 for for DC Comics way, years ago. But it was a very different, visceral, violent comic.
Hmm.
I wanted to do something a little more traditional and, something a little that's kind of beautiful and horrifying at the same time,
Yes.
which is why I teamed up with Damien Worm.
Hmm. And then I'm gonna ask, like, how long were you working on this story? Like, when did you come up with the story? How long were you working with it? And then, and if you don't mind, maybe go into like, how did you get Damien to come on board? Because you know how schedules work out. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard, yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, especially with Damien. Damien lives in Spain.
hmm.
And for all the years we've actually worked, because he doesn't speak English and I don't speak Spanish, we've
Hmm.
never spoken. We do everything through translators and
Hmm.
through text. Um, but yeah, I've been working on it for a couple years.
Hmm.
It was just one of those things I kept dipping my toe in. I tried writing it a couple different ways. I wrote it as a comic script.
Hmm.
I wrote it as prose
Hmm.
to see what else I could get out of it, and I wrote it as a screenplay,
Hmm.
which got me a lot of new dialogue. And so I kept working with the script. Poor Damien, I don't usually have changes when I'm writing, but on this one, I had to send him an entire revised script.
Hmm.
But he's been great. He didn't hesitate to get on board. We've had a project, that we've been working on for years now. So it feels really good. I
Hmm.
feel like we're on to something different for us.
Okay. Now, for listeners, already we know it's a ghost story, but like, y- if you can go a little bit more into details, like what is the story about? Because there's the settings and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it takes place in New York in 1912,
Hmm.
which is another thing I really like for horror is to not have technology.
Hmm.
Again, because you're in a creepy old house.
Hmm.
There's no phones. There's no way to reach out. I've
Hmm.
just always liked that. But it revolves around a young girl named Sally
Hmm.
who lives a very happy life. Is about to celebrate Christmas with her family, with her parents, when
Hmm.
her parents are killed.
Hmm.
So she goes from a very happy life to living in an orphanage
Yes. Hmm.
where she has a very hard time.
Hmm.
And she is seemingly saved by this couple who uh, they're very rich, very wealthy,
Hmm.
and it looks like she's going to have a whole new life in this big house, with new parents and
Hmm.
all this until things start to get a little creepy.
Hmm.
Now, I don't want to go into too much because I'll give it away,
No,
but
yeah.
she finds out that the three of them aren't the only occupants of the house.
Okay. So, um, now I know that the story takes place in 1912, and I'm just curious. It's like, was there a specific reason why you wanted like that particular year, or
Um,
close towards the turn of the century, or?
I had done a book called Monster and Madman
Hmm.
with
Yes.
with Damien, and it took place in Victorian England.
Hmm.
I wanted to try something. He's so good at period pieces. It
Hmm.
really fits the art style. So
Yes.
that was a big reason I chose that time period.
Hmm. Oh, that's because, because just from the preview pages that I got, I think there's one panel that shows the orphanage.
Yeah,
I love it's beautiful.
yeah. It's beautiful and creepy
Yes.
at the exact same time.
And I think the thing I love about it was Damien's art style on the orphanage is it it looks brand new. I mean, it is creepy, but it's brand new. All the wood slats are in place.
Yeah,
The rock wall, the stone wall around it looks brand new.
yeah,
Just the outside looks very beautiful. It's like it's built, and then once we start getting inside, he starts playing with the shadows of the light coming through the window. Sally's sitting on her bed, and there's a shadow. It's beautiful. You want
yeah.
to you want to add more anything to what I said?
You're speaking so well of it. I don't know if there's much more I can add. I mean, I just think Damien is just one of those artists who's just perfect for horror.
Hmm.
He really lends itself. I could never picture him doing Spider-Man,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know. but his art style works perfect. And then to amp it up to a ghost story,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little more subtle, and
Mm-hmm.
to, I think his art lends itself to it so much. Like you said, there's mystery in the artwork. There's
Yes.
mystery in the panels.
Oh, yes. And then also too, I love because we talked about you've mentioned Sally. The other, and then I believe the couple that adopts Sally is, we see them as Mr. Richard Mathers and his wife Christine.
Hmm.
The other thing I love about Damien's artwork about Richard Mathers is for some reason I can already see the actor Matthew McFadden. Now, this is the actor, listeners, this is the actor who played Paradox in Deadpool and Wolverine and Tom Wamgas from Successions. But
Ah,
I don't know, for some reason, Damien's, it's so similar to that actor. And I was like,
yeah.
wow, I
Oh,
can
that's
hear,
cool. I wonder, I don't know. I actually sent him pictures of actors from the 1930s and 40s
oh, okay.
because
I,
I wanted a classic look,
yes.
for these characters. So when I did my research for, what I wanted the characters to look like, it was all vintage photos.
Oh, if you don't mind me asking, like which actors from the 30s?
Oh, character actors.
Uh-huh.
Nobody famous. No, it wasn't
Okay.
like Cary Grant or anything
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
But mostly character actors and things like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Um, I'm just gonna ask, yeah, how did you come up with the title for the story, Heartbreak Mansion? How did you come up with the title?
Just one of those things. Whenever I come up with a story, I'll usually write a list of titles,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what sticks,
Mm-hmm.
what feels good. And this title came pretty fast.
Yes.
I don't think I think it was called, Ghost Story for a while because we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have a title.
Yeah.
And then Heartbreak Manor came. And it
Okay.
was just one of those things. I'm always tossing around title ideas,
Mm-hmm.
so I have them laying around if I need them for a story, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a title will inspire a story.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it came pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, um, let's see. So, process question, how did you team up with Zoop?
Oh, actually, I was on Blue Sky,
Uh-huh.
and I was talking about crowdfunding, and Jordan contacted me from Zoop,
Oh,
and
it's
he
nice.
dropped me a line and said, "If you're ever interested in talking, we should talk." So I had a conversation with them, and I really like what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're a full service,
Yes. Yeah.
website, and it really fit what I wanted to be doing. So, so I just want to get some books out there, and they make beautiful books.
Yes, they do. Yes. Um, I'm just asking, you know, like because this is a through Zoop, correct me if I'm wrong, it's offered as a hardcover right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or yeah.
Yes, it's a hardcover.
Okay. And then also, I'm just asking, has Damien completed all the artwork on the graphic novel already? Is it
He
completed or
he's working on it right now. He's been doing covers for IDW.
okay.
So he's doing Heartbreak Manor in between.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but he figures he'll be finished by September.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. And then we've already talked about Damien's artwork in the from the preview pages. Also, too, we have to talk about because he did the colors on this as well, too,
Yes, he
right?
does everything. Yeah, he's a full service artist, he does everything.
Yeah.
You know, it, so it makes it much easier, because then when you're assembling a team, all I need is a letterer.
Yes.
And my wife, Monica Richards,
Mm-hmm.
is doing the lettering on
Yes.
it. Yeah, and actually, there's some really great other extras. I don't know if you saw this yet, but we
No.
actually have a soundtrack.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Monica and I are both musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a punk rock bass
Mm-hmm.
player, so my style doesn't fit this music. but she's working with uh, people she's worked with before,
Mm-hmm.
and they're creating a little 30 minutes of music to listen to while you're reading the graphic novel.
And that's and correct me if I'm wrong, that's part of one of the reward tiers. Is that correct?
Exactly. It's one of the
Yeah.
rewards.
Oh, that is so cool. Um, Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but like you already said, Monica's already working on the soundtrack. She does the lettering. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but is she doing also the layout and book design of the.
Yes. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really great. We have a nice, small, tight team,
Hmm.
and obviously, we live together, so it
Yeah.
makes it easy to work on stuff.
Yes. I'm going to go back to Damien's colors, his coloring on the preview pages. Oh, like I said, just the inside when Richard and Christine meet Sally for the first time. You know, I love it how he plays with the shadows, how he
Yeah,
plays with the light that kind of comes through. It's hauntingly beautiful. It's amazing.
yeah.
You know, it's great. The other thing I also love to, and I know because this is audio podcast, and I know I'm going to reference some panels, and it's going to be there's some scenes where it's you can see Sally clear. She's very sad and stuff. And there's like couple panels when I see her, and it's like it's not a little blurry. It's almost um it's almost sort of a when you look at old pictures and it's like
Yeah,
there's like line it
yes. There's like
that's
yeah, a weathered, a weathered
yes.
look. Yes. Yeah, Damon does that great stuff he works with filters and stuff that he does by hand, and he just comes up with these beautiful images.
It's just amazing. It's really great. Um, all right. Let's see. Okay, for the reward tiers, we already talked, that, your wife is working on the soundtrack. That's part of one of the reward tiers. And any other what are some of the other reward tiers? I know I saw that there was a retailer's reward tier for
Yeah, there's a retailers, there's signed editions, there's editions you can get sketches
hmm
from Damien, which is actually, really rare because, he's never been to the United States. His
yes.
artwork is very hard to find. So, and remarks and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yes. So listeners, if you get a chance, please check out the Zoop website, the Heartbreak Manor campaign. Look at the rewards tiers, see what catches your eye. So yeah, it's really great. Steve, I want to ask you if someone misses out on this campaign, let's say due to budgetary reasons or they find out about this months after the campaign ends. Will there be an opportunity to pick this story up sometime in the future?
Um, two things. One, we're planning on overprinting a little bit, so I'll have some in my store,
Oh, good.
so people can get it directly from me for a while. And also, I'm probably going to be looking into doing a paperback edition.
Yes. hmm
So I don't know, I don't have a plan yet or a publisher, but that's definitely something I want to do.
Since you mentioned your store, I'm going to say promote you already mentioned you're on Blue Sky. This is a good opportunity to promote your web store and your where
Yeah,
people can find you.
steveniles.com. Couldn't be
Okay.
easier.
All right.
Yes, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram and, as you said, Blue Sky.
Mhm. So I'm just going to ask, going back to your website, do you have, I'm just curious now because do you have some of your previous works like the
Oh,
Frankenstein with
yeah. Well, when I have them in stock, I think I have Frankenstein right now. But it's mostly, yeah, the store is mostly my older stuff.
mhm.
Some stuff going back to the 90s.
Yes,
So it's, for people who collect my stuff, it's a cool store, I think.
because Steve, oh my God, when you mentioned about your web store, it's going. Oh, here's my chance to get that Frankenstein alive with Bernie Wrightson and Kelly
Yeah,
Jones. I
yeah.
have to. I still remember when I heard the news about that. It was like I gotta pick that up. But um,
It's a beautiful book. I know it's Bernie's last work,
yes,
but he went out on top. I mean, it's just gorgeous work. And then Kelly Jones finishing it. Couldn't be
yes,
more perfect. He was handpicked by Bernie.
yes. Oh, I've got to check that out. Okay. All right. Couple fun questions because or do you want to add anything else about Heartbreak Manor before I ask you,
I think that's it. I just, I hope people will, give it a chance and check it out. Go look at Zoop, and
Mhm.
if they get it, I hope they can support the campaign. It
Yes.
would be just great.
All right. So we talked about, that you're a big Kolchak fan. I'm going to ask, did you hear about the Wandering Planets Kickstarter a few months ago they're working on a 6-inch Kolchak action figure campaign. Did
I
you hear?
saw that.
Oh, did you back the campaign?
Not yet. No, I didn't. I didn't have a chance to, but James posts about it all the time,
Yes.
so I've been seeing it. Plus they've got the vampire,
Yes.
Skorsny,
Yes.
Janos Skorsny.
Oh,
So yeah, really, really cool thing. I love that there's been this Kolchak resurgence thanks to James.
yes. Yes. And especially with new stories because that graphic novel I picked up, oh, it's beautiful. You
Yeah,
know, there's some great stories in there. Yeah.
yeah, they're so fun. I mean, just the whole idea of Kolchak meets the classic monsters.
Yes.
And I got Frankenstein.
Yes.
So, I got to riff on that. And the Kolchak characters, he's just a great character because he's so different than other monster hunters.
Yes.
Because he's not a monster hunter, he's a
Yeah.
reporter.
Yeah.
Just keeps sticking his nose in the wrong place.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. And the funny thing about it because I grew up watching the show, you know,
Yeah, me
and
too.
and yeah, and the weird thing is, he's like trying to report on the truth. Like, no, there is a swamp monster that's killing these people. It's not, they didn't drown by accident or, something
Yeah,
like that. And,
yeah, yeah. Just a
and
great show.
oh, it is. Um, Now this is a perfect, actually, I'm going to touch upon this because, actually, no, I'll start on this too. I know we've already talked about it before we started recording, but let listeners know that you have a couple projects lined up you're going to be busy for the next few months.
Yeah. After I've got a Kickstarter coming up, working through Clover Press,
Okay.
doing a new Cal McDonald collection.
Okay.
It's a collection of 10 short stories. We've got a Joe Jesko cover and
Wow.
and art by 10 other comic artists.
Hmm.
Just old style spot illustrations.
Hmm.
So that is coming, like I said, through Clover Press, and the Kickstarter is going to start in July.
Hmm.
And then I'm also working on a book called Take It Back.
Hmm.
Actually, I can show you Life, Anxiety, and Gray Matter.
Oh.
And it's about my days playing music and making comics, and just sort of, it's a slice of life book basically about my
Hmm.
days playing music and getting into comics, and all kinds of issues and things. I think it's very interesting, and people will be that will be available in September.
Hmm.
But pre-sales are available right now if anybody's interested.
Oh, okay. All
So,
right. I want to go back to Cal McDonald just for listen, and you forgive me for listeners like me, who is Cal McDonald?
oh, he is. I've been writing him since I was a kid, and
Hmm.
there's lots of there's a novel, actually there's two novels and another collection of short stories, tons of comic books with him. He's a monster hunter,
Hmm.
but he's an updated monster hunter. He's modern. He's not just a hard-boiled, hard-drinking guy. He actually has drug habits,
Hmm.
and he's absolutely cursed by seeing monsters.
Hmm.
and he's dedicated his life to fighting them, even though his life is miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all narrated by him. So it all is through his perspective. And he has a very bad attitude
Yeah.
about all this. And I do think that um, there's a lot of humor
Mm-hmm.
uh, in Cal. It's not just a straightforward horror noir. It's also there's a lot of humor in it. So I love writing him.
Okay. I have because I want to ask you this question. Um, have you toyed around with the idea of him meeting with Kolchak?
Oh
Because
yeah. Yeah, I've
ah
thought about that. That's something I should talk to James about someday.
ah
He's crossed over with the Goon,
yes. Hmm.
and I've done a few other little crossovers, but yeah, a Kolchak, we'd have to figure out how to do it
Hmm.
because he's in the 70s, and
Yes.
Cal was just a kid in the 70s, so there
Hmm.
would be a young Cal. But oh, and we also did a Cal crossover with David Dastmalchian's character, Count Crowley.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was very fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds so cool. That sounds so cool. Um, all right, I'm slowly wrapping things up. What's your convention schedule like for, the for July and the rest of the year?
I have a convention. I'm doing a 1 day convention in July in Arizona called Nomad.
Hmm.
And that's it. That's all I have planned. I'm not doing San Diego this year.
Yeah.
I figure, next year I'm going to have to promote a lot of stuff. I've got a few things that haven't been announced yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hopefully I'll be doing New York and San Diego and all those things, but next year.
Oh, okay. All right. And then fun question. Have you and your wife been to Hawaii?
Never.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to.
Oh.
Seems so beautiful. I went with an ex-wife
Mm-hmm.
years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have much fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it was so beautiful,
Hmm.
weather was incredible. I remember just really, and that's something I would love to do with Monica.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Now, I know you've already asked listeners to check out the campaign if they can to back it up, but I'm going to ask this question. Any other closing words to our listeners?
Just thank you for checking out all this stuff, and thank you for checking out the Zoop campaign. And if you do back the book, I hope you like it
Mhm.
as much as I've enjoyed making it.
Because Steve, I'm gonna say just talking to you, just listening to your interviews with John and reading the comic book Yeti article. This sounds like this is the perfect I think for you, this is a perfect way to tell your story because it's a passion project,
Yeah, it is.
you know.
It is absolutely.
Oh, and well, and listeners, like I've already said, I've already backed the campaign. I cannot wait to check out the rest of the story because it's just the preview pages are amazing,
Yeah.
you know.
Thank
So,
you so much.
so, um, Steve, mahalo. Thank you in Hawaiian. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to interview you. Thank you very much for writing comics. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you.
You
Thanks
know,
for saying so.
oh. And then I wish you all the success with Heartbreak Manor campaign, you know. Um, So, listeners, if you are a new comic book reader or a lifelong comic book reader that loves, very good horror stories, you know, or if you love Steve Niles' work, please check out the Zoop campaign, Heartbreak Manor. It's live right now. It's going to end, I believe, on July. I'm looking at either July 21st or 22nd. Just check the website. We've already talked about how some of the great reward tiers Steve has. One of it has a soundtrack to it. I think that's great. That's pretty cool. Or, a sketch from Damien, and his artwork, because I'm going to say, Steve, I've probably seen his artwork. I probably never didn't know who he was,
Yeah,
but just from the preview page, like, oh, that's beautiful artwork
yeah,
he's done.
yeah.
You know, so listeners, like I said, so if you love, horror, please check out this campaign. And Steve, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not being sarcastic or anything, but I always encourage listeners, like, you know, it, you know, if if for some of these campaigns, listeners, if you guys have a friend who loves horror comics, please consider picking up an extra copy of this hardcover and give it to your friend as a gift, as whether it's a birthday gift or just sharing comics with them, because like I said, the preview pages are very beautiful. It's hauntingly beautiful. And Steve, I cannot wait to read the rest of the story. I cannot.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it'll hopefully soon.
Yes. And Steve, I'm joking on this part. I want you to personally deliver the book to my house in Hawaii. Yeah, you and Mom, Popeye, and
Yeah.
all right. Um, I want to thank Drew, the co-host of Comics for Fun and Profit. Drew, thank you very much. I also want to give a shout out to Dustin as well. Dustin, thank you very much for setting up this interview. Thank you very much. Drew, thank you for all your hard work putting this episode together. And listeners, if you are checking out this podcast, please check out Comics for Fun and Profit. That a new episode comes out every Saturday. Um, and I want to thank you, the listener. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening to this episode. Until next time, guys. Aloha.
Snow is falling cold and white, candles flicker through the night. An orphan's dream comes dressed in gold, but every hallway whispers old. Velvet curtains, marble stairs, silent footsteps, hidden prayers. Smiling faces hide their eyes, every welcome questions, don't lose your way. Some secrets never fade away. Welcome to Heartbreak Manor, where every shadow knows your name. Every locked door hides a story, every ghost recalls the pain. Hear the bells on Christmas morning, but no angels singing here. Hope and sorrow walk together. Heartbreak Manor drawing near. Portraits watch from crimson walls, echoes answer empty halls. Every key unlocks a fear, every silence pulls you near. Sally's courage lights the dark, following a fading spark. Truth is colder than the snow, some doors should stay closed below. Every promise has a cost, every soul can still be lost. Welcome to Heartbreak Manor, where every shadow knows your name. Every locked door hides a story, every ghost recalls the pain. Hear the bells on Christmas morning, but no angels singing here. Hope and sorrow walk together. Heartbreak Manor drawing near. Can you hear them calling? Can you feel the winter air? Every broken heart remembers, every spirit lingers there. When the final door is opened, nothing ever stays the same. Only truth can break the darkness, only love can end the shame. Welcome to Heartbreak Manor, where the night outlives the dawn. Face the fear behind the silence, stand where innocence is drawn. Through the snow the light is breaking morning, though the manor keeps its secrets. Courage shines in Sally's eyes. Bells still ring, the snow still falls.